Perfect.
What is up? Now look, I know we're not at the point where we punch each other in the face yet. We'll get there. We'll get to that part of the video. Round number 1 is going to be pretty much stand-up kickboxing only. Okay? Round number 2, we're going to go, I try and fight like a point karate guy. He fights like a WTF Olympic Taekwondo guy because he is. You can imagine how that goes. Round number 3, we're going to go punches only for the kicky boys. Okay? That's going to be a fun one. And then the very end, I'm going to break down some of the moves that we use or that he hits me in the head with or that I almost hit him in the head with, and we're going to give you a way to understand how you can do that for yourself next time you spar. Okay? Ready? Break! Go 2-minute rounds, 1 minute off.
Okay, so round number 1 here is a feeling out process. I know David has been taking some Muay Thai recently. He's been working on those hands. So a WTF guy with some hands is a little scary. You notice that I keep a really high guard here, especially moving backwards, because I know that he can slip one of those feet over top just like that. So I go with the super tall armpit guard, sort of. Really trying to play the in and out game. This is the first round, so obviously we're not trying to go full ego Hulk mode before you start commenting and going, this pitter patter. Yeah, I don't care. Lots of working on technique, working on in and out, and trying to interrupt our opponent's pattern rather than muscle through the pattern. Staying on the outside, utilizing those kicks, trying to get a little bit of hand stuff here, but it's difficult when I know that he could just pick that foot up at any time, especially as talented, yeah, as he is. Inside crescent kick there to the head. I only sparred with him once a couple years ago, and the first thing I noticed, those Taekwondo crescent kicks are phenomenal, and he can pick them up from pretty much any range. Oh, awesome tornado kick, and followed by that side kick to put me back in my spot. Looked like he wanted it again there, so I stopped, tried to throw the hook kick. Probably could have muscled that one a little bit. Nice spinning rear kick. That foot went right over top of my hand. That's why I kept that long guard, because keeping low guards with guys like this means that you get kicked in the head. So especially moving out, I would much rather give up my body, pause, than my head here. Trying to move in with some jabs, he starts throwing some hands of his own. Of course, I go back to the old feet. Ooh, nice little trap there. We'll talk about a breakdown of that at the end of the video. Going a little 1-2 there, hoping that he would come in after I throw that roundhouse.
And what sucks is I picked the Taekwondo guy who throws punches. Hey, if you like these gloves, these super clean white Hayabusas, check this link right here. Any Hayabusa gear you need, help support the channel, and you get sick stuff, so why not, right? I'll punch you if you don't, just so you know. Hey, I'll try and look like a point karate guy. Taekwondo, let's go.
Perfect.
Alrighty, so this round is full-blown kicky boys. I'm trying to go some sport karate, but I've never really done sport karate before. A style that kind of looked like, ooh, look at that, a little disappearing act. I committed a little too much to it, which means I wasn't in range to do anything with it, but, you know, at least I didn't get hit by a spinning rear kick. Doubling up a lot of these kicks, both of us are. We're kind of waiting for our opponent to come back in, hoping that they'll see the opening after the first kick and go for something. A little mirror action there with the hook kicks that you just saw. Playing a very bait and switch game here. This coming up is a beautiful technique. Watch this one right here. Boop, boop. Sort of like a, I don't even know. I'll break it down in a second here at the end. Nice little side kick, gets over top. This game is very who can get their leg over top and then extend it. If I pick my leg up from a lower position and he gets his over top, then I'm going to be in bad position. Taekwondo uses a lot of, they trade. So if I score a point, he can score a point right afterwards. Where in sport karate, if there's a point scored, the action stops. So actually, his style is much more acclimated here than my non-existing point karate. Also, he's taller, faster, longer limbs, more experienced. Actually, definitely more experienced in kicking. Nice little switch back leg roundhouse kick there. Little chess match. He's moving his hips back and forth. That was cool to watch. He manages to see the hook kick coming, doesn't coming in. I try and smother him a little bit, and we've got some belt snake action here where it's trying to attack me. Luckily, I fight it off. Close one. Trying to wait on the end of those strikes, the end of those kicks, and move my way in, but no match.
As you imagine, that did not go well for me. Whew. And that did go well because he's tall and he's fast and his lead legs are good. And if you put those three things together, then you have a hard time, especially when like you have to be conscientious of like the points of every touch. And we make this one fun. Oh, I know. Hands only. There? Hands only. I think I have a little. How long have you been striking?
Off and on, you know, kind of a one-time-a-week warrior for a couple years.
Yeah. Which is why I made this the option, because I thought I might have a little more hands in him, but he's got reach, and I'm not gonna be able to kick with him.
And here we go, punchy time. I'm sitting here thinking a lot of jabs. He's a little bit longer, but he's got a high, tight guard. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll wait until he extends and then fire back out. I'll keep a nice tight guard for myself whenever he's throwing, and then release as he moves outward. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll move in. Nice little left there. Nice left by him. I overextend myself a little bit. Try and slip some stuff, trying to make some stuff happen. Little uppercuts because he's got some forward body lean there. Nice double jab there. If you've got somebody who's throwing a lot of head movement, who's using a lot of head movement, throw some double jabs in there. Ooh, quick little counter there. Obviously, we're not trying to take each other's head off. We're having fun. We're enjoying ourselves. Nice jab. Moving in, not my favorite combination. Wasn't very good. As I'm watching this back, I don't love my hands here, but that's why you do this, and that's why I record too, so I can watch it back, analyze it, critique myself. Nice little pull, no counter. Moving the mask around. Standing up a little taller now. Want to see if that does anything for me. Doesn't look like it is so far. Keeping a high guard and letting him throw, because it looks like I wasn't getting the openings I wanted from hanging out on the outside. A lot of long jabs that I'm throwing here. That right hand got me a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Moving in. A little cockroach boxing. And round.
Taekwondo people aren't allowed to punch. New rule. Here in Taekwondo, I absolve you of all punches. Bam!
Okay, let's break down some of these techniques that I saw that I liked. Now this first one's for me. I throw a roundhouse kick wanting to put it down immediately after. Bang, know he's going to be in, my hips are loaded, and I throw a side kick afterwards. Great technique for you to be able to use on somebody who's trying to counter your kicks. Next one's going to be just a pretty simple inside crescent here with the rear leg. Now we could have put a lot behind it. Doesn't look like a lot now. But when you think about it, the weight of this leg, especially as you're a taller guy, being able to pick it up and put it down on somebody's ear hole, and then watch his foot here. That little hop there. That hop is all it takes to be able to pick that foot up easily and drop it on somebody's head. Now watch this one, tornado time. Oh, and then followed by a side kick too. Look at how far that front foot goes out. Let's watch that again. Front foot comes out, looks like it's going to be low, and then he throws that roundhouse to the body instead of the head because I know, or he knows, that I have a high guard coming. And last thing you need to be able to work on here is that pivot. Look at how far he pivots around without having to two-hop. That is the key to landing this kick repeatedly, is being able to pivot on that foot without having to hop. This next one's a little scoop-a-doo. Put the foot down and throw your side kick. I want him to turn into it, so I go put the foot down, and I know where his foot's going to land because I had hands on his foot, and then I can throw that side kick. Here comes a little magic trick. Disappearing act. Watch the footwork here. Big step with the front foot. Let the back foot follow through. Watch it again. Big step. back foot follows, angle off. Just try and stay a little bit closer so you don't have to miss out on the range for that counter. This one's probably my favorite one that he threw. Watch this. Fake the side kick and then come over top. Such hip dexterity. Great knee movement, I guess if that's what you want to call it. Watch one more time. He fakes the side kick, goes in, waits for me to want to counter, and then flips it over top. And literally flips his hip and knee so they're pointing down and that foot can drop down on top of the head. I love it.
So there you have it. I've been kicked in the head a lot. Now, if you want to support the channel, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment. If you want to support the channel even more, you can hit the join button down below where you can get custom emojis, or you can join our Discord where we can bounce ideas off each other. Maybe I'll even play some video games with you guys. A bunch of cool stuff that we have coming. You can find all that information down below. And you guys know the deal by now. 80% of the people who watch the channel aren't subscribed. That's a lot of kicking I gotta do. But you know what? I've trained my whole life for this. If you don't subscribe, I will kick you. I like to use the arm because I think the arm is a good way to look at it. Like this is a leg. So to bring it all together, think about this as a leg. Taekwondo goes like this. It goes up tight, the knee is high, the leg is tight in the chamber, and it turns over.